Good morning to you out there. Happy Friday. I want to make sure my volume's up there. Don't want it too high to blow your ears out, but high enough, that's for sure. Great to be here. Great to be alive on this Friday morning. Catching up with Tommy Mac, brought to you by my good friends at Team Tommy Mac, the Carpet Man, and Morgan & Morgan, Pound Law. That's all, man. Love representing two of those companies of Team Tommy Mac, and love representing all of them because they are all phenomenal. I figured I'd jump on today. I've had a few days off the radio. I did do the horse's mouth last night. We had about 20 people already signed up. My schedule, and I'm terrible. I need an assistant, is what I need. I need a personal assistant, but I don't know. I'm tough to handle when it comes to that stuff. It gets, the ADD, the squirrel, all this kind of stuff that gets me thrown off. But we had a great time last night at the horse's mouth, and we'll be doing that again, not next week because I'll be in Vegas, but took 3 days off from the radio. So I know the girls are on today. They were on yesterday and Thursday. They do a great job. Make sure you check out Helmets and Heels, 2 to 4 p.m., Monday through Wednesday and Friday. Of course, I'll miss my boys at Jaguars today, Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony and Dylan Denmark. I sent them in my picks. I didn't do a Jags Tale of the Tape because we're not playing anybody, but I did go through rankings. We're going to go through that today. It won't be that long of a show, I don't think, but you never know with again, the AD, you never know what's going to happen. But nonetheless, we'll look at the Jags, state of the team. We'll look at Liam's video, which was, interesting. Some of you fans, you like putty in his hands. He could say do no wrong, which is fine. At the end of the day, just win. I don't care how you do. Look, philosophies are philosophies. You want to go that route. And how you're doing it, I'm all for it. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You just got to win. You got to win, and then it's all good. But let's start this Friday with talking about Trevor Lawrence. It's really amazing how, and some people are just so like he's not good at all, and some people are like he can do no wrong. And like I always say, the truth's always in the middle. We'll look at his rankings. I know it's not always stats. I think it's just the inconsistency, and that's been his problem since really day one. He wows us to death with great plays, great games, even great drives. Making throws and plays like he should, and even some throws that are just top notch, top tier. But then there's the inconsistency of missing those bread and butter plays. He misses way too many of those easy. Guys are open. Just give it to him. I know everyone, you want to talk about the drops. The drops are a problem. There's no doubt. The receivers got to catch the ball. It hits them here in the chest or in the hands, two hands. They got to catch it. There's no doubt about it. And he's made plenty of those throws that are very catchable in that regard. But at the end of the day, he misses way too many bread and butter, way too many, where he shouldn't. And when I watch him on the replay, because I'll rewind it, it's his feet. He doesn't, he throws flat. Flat-footed means you're almost parallel when you're throwing. Go try to throw a football or any ball when you're flat-footed, right? So when your hips are flipped, now you got that, whether this is for a righty, that back hip coming forward. Watch him on his bad throws. He doesn't do that. On his good throws, it's like he's pitching a baseball. And that leg pops up because he's throwing that hip into it. He does that plenty, but the times where he does it, just uses his arm. It's not strong enough to just flick it. He's not that kind of, arm strength. He's got plenty of arm strength. And don't give me any shit because I know you'll start crying about it. I didn't say he doesn't have a strong arm. He does. But he doesn't just flick it like a Mike Vick or an Aaron Rodgers or anybody that can just swing and boom, it's off and running. He's more of a little bit of a wind-up type thing. But he's just inconsistent with his game. He's inconsistent with what's going on. Game management, time management, clock management, where he's at on the field. Too many, like going over the line of scrimmage in year 5, going over the line of scrimmage. I know you're like, it's 1-2 plays. Yeah, but it's just weird. It's like It's like when people say with Cam Little, well, he never missed an extra point. Well, who gives a shit? You're supposed to make your extra points, especially in high school. I mean, those are like chip shots, So I don't, to me, the throws that Trevor's got to make, those are, you got to make them. You got to do it. And you got to know what I was getting at. Like going over the line's kind of like that. You just know you can't go over the line. You should always know where the line is. And it's wild. And again, it's only happened twice. It's not that big of a deal. There is a problem with the connectivity, with his receivers. Leading the league in drops, I think it's deeper than just not catching the football. I do. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Brian Thomas Jr. He needs more sense of urgency. There's no doubt. He's got to get off the line of scrimmage quicker, man. He takes too long. I agree with that. It's not always on the QB, but the QB's got to put the ball in the right spot, even on the completions. And some, not a lot, but a good amount. I don't know. I don't want to say half, but maybe half, 40%. They're not in the right spot, even on the completions. The guy has to turn or has to stop or he's got to make this miraculous catch. And then there's times where he's right on. I'll tell you, I always say the bread and butter play I want to see is the out pattern. He throws it beautifully. Short, not deep. Shorter, 7 to 15, somewhere in that range. He does. He throws it beautiful. And and we always talk about it. That's a bread and butter, can't miss kind of play. And he does it normally. The quick slant, I think he's 80%, he's really good. And what do you need? Like, quick slant. By the way, I say this a lot too. Every throw, there's a spot where the ball needs to be. Every single throw. And the spot to give your receiver or target the best chance to make a play. Now, there's factors in that, right? I get sped up because of pressure. You get jammed up. I don't, your timing's off. Whatever that may be. But I got to put it in the right spot. Like an out pattern. You put that thing inside, it's going to get taken back to the house for a pick six. You know that. You got to put it outside, which he does, which is what I'm getting at. The quick slant out in front, so I can grab that ball and get up the field. I don't want to have to stop and then turn and it's on my back hip. No, it's out in front of me. Now again, factors, there are factors, no doubt about that. The deep out, high and outside. The fly pattern down the sideline, high. If this is the sideline, high and outside, so nobody else can grab that ball except my target. The dig. I don't know. I'd like, because I'm not a quarterback, mechanics guy, but why is he so high on his throws from time to time? Not more than time to time. Too many times. He is, especially over the middle. And we got to figure out that, now you got all the receivers not wanting to catch the ball in the middle when there's traffic. There's something to that. I know everyone was on Brian Thomas Jr. rightfully so. He's got to catch the ball. But Parker, Diami, those guys, all three of them, short-arming. That one where Parker totally short, they started smiling at because he knew actually the guy gave him a little shot. He knew it was coming. So here's the thing. I said it on radio too. Like, they're afraid to go over the middle. There's a difference between being afraid going over the middle and going over the middle for your quarterback, right? Not every time. Every time I go over the middle, I shouldn't have to worry about getting my head taken off because my quarterback's not going to lead me into traffic. Go watch Tom Brady. You want to talk about the greatest? He's like, it's on the QB. If I get my receiver's head taken off, it's my fault that I didn't give him the ball earlier. Now, that's not blanket because, like I said, other factors come in. I got to get it out quicker. I just got to make the throw. But it can't be the norm. With Trevor, it's been the norm. And we got to fix that. So I don't know if you throw it earlier. I've always said, too, like, I think with Trevor, and hopefully it's going to get better and better, and it didn't last week, but he's got to throw it on, and I don't want to just say timing, but, anticipation. When I throw it, where's he going to catch it, right? So if a guy's running an in pattern, I hope they do that right, in pattern, Do I throw it now right as he turns, and when he turns, he's going to catch it? Or do I wait? You don't want to wait if they're in zone. If you're in man, you can wait, but you got to know that they're in man, and there's nobody sitting on that backside zone that's just going to converge and either pick the ball off or kill your receiver. So I don't know. And the thing with Trevor's always been vision. I don't think he sees that backside safety very well. I think he gets honed in on his target, and he's throwing it, whether that guy's there or not. So whatever. Hopefully they're working on that this week. You can win with Trevor. Sick and tired. I'm two things I'm sick and tired of. I'm sick and tired of having to say that because, people get their fucking panties in a wad when you do any kind of critique of the players. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys are like that with us. We didn't want it, and I don't think they want it. The players, they don't need that. They've got their own, how to handle that kind of stuff. But it's amazing, that I have to say that. And number two, look, common sense, okay? It's year 5. If I still have to defend the play of my quarterback or any player in year 5, nothing wrong with you. It's okay for you to feel that way. But there may be something wrong with the player. And everyone wants to give excuses. Oh, it's this and that. Just go. If you really watch, go watch. He's really good at times. He's really bad at times. He misses some layups at times, and then he'll hit some incredible throws at times. He'll take off and run at times defiantly, and then he'll run a little not as defiantly. So he's got, what is it? Consistency. And that's what they need. And that's what Liam Cohen needs out of his quarterback to run this offense effectively. Okay? So, both sides are wrong. It's like politics. You're both wrong. Far right, far left, forget it. I don't want nothing to do with that. People that say he's fantastic, people that say that he's a bust and it's terrible, you're both wrong. You are both fucking wrong. It's somewhere in the middle. There's no doubt about it. And hopefully he can have a great year. Because, look, we know in this league, this is as far as your quarterback can take you. We'll go through the rankings in just a little bit. I wanted to comment on Liam's video. Taking accountability. You guys are so funny. It's like the guy can say or do no wrong. It's cool, man. I don't care. Listen, here's the deal. I'm going to switch hats. That one didn't fit me. But Morgan and Morgan, for the people, no doubt about it. I'm going to put on my J-Dog, a little bit better fit, especially if I was out in the woods with some chalk, ting, and shooting some hogs or something. This would be a great hat, wouldn't it? I think so. Anyway, got to switch the hat. J-Dog, junk removal, and hauling. Look, if you win, whatever the philosophy is great. Whatever it is. You want to stand up there in front of your team and say, I take full responsibility. It's me. Great. It is you because you represent them. So it does fall to you. No doubt about that. But look, I'm not a big hype guy. Show me. Don't tell me. I know what you're saying. Hey, I've heard all that stuff before. So it's all good. I'm not bagging on the coach at all. They are 4-3. They're off to overall a good start. We don't want the last 2 to be more like the next 10 as opposed to the first, 4. Does that make sense? Or 5, I should say. 4, I should say. Yeah, 4-3. So look, where are they at today? They're in a good spot. They are. Last 2 weeks, and again, I'll say it again, I don't like the coach, the self-inflicted stuff, okay? That does happen. I know it happens. But when you repeat it over and over in front of your team, they're going to use that as an excuse. That's going to be their trapdoor. And nobody wants that. You don't. The players don't team. You don't want that. I know Liam's not trying to say that. I'm not trying to make it sound like that, but I've heard that a few times. Guys, before even the snap, we're killing ourselves. There's some truth to that. But you're also getting your ass beat up front. Say that, too. Say I'm not being out physical, out muscled. We got to get back to being nasty. We got to be back to controlling the line of scrimmage. All that other stuff can be true, no doubt. But don't forget the real reason you're losing is you get beat up front. I mean, the takeaways have disappeared. Why? You got no pressure. There's no pressure on the QB. They're not afraid of nothing. They're going to sit there and pick you apart. Watch. Gino will do it if you give him time and you don't get after him. So that's got to, that stuff has got to change. You got to start taking the line of scrimmage over. You're not running the game. You're not running the ball. Get back to the running game. Like, that's your bread and butter for your offensive line. They're better at run blocking than they are pass blocking. So what? Then don't start off with a 42 pass, strategy compared to a 19 run strategy. Let's find some more running room. And it's outside. Couple traps, no doubt, but off tackle, outside. Forget this up the butt shit. We've seen that forever. Right up the center's ass. It does not work unless you're some, Sam Bam Cunningham. I don't know. Remember him? He was fantastic. No doubt about it. What a great name. But nonetheless, they're in a good spot. Say to the team, look, you go, here's the next, 6 games. At Raiders, I didn't want to get too far ahead. You know what I mean? You can't, because things change. Injuries, what have you. At the Raiders, at the Texans, LA Chargers at home, at Arizona, at Tennessee Titans, Colts at home. That's 6 games. You're 4-3. You got to beat the Raiders. You're going to beat Houston. The Chargers will be a challenge, but if you got a 2-game win streak going and you shore up your pass defense, which, by the way, is not very good, we're going to talk about it, maybe. Zona, they're the kind of wild card. I don't know what to expect out of them. I think they got plenty of talent. They can kill you. They can hurt you, but we don't know as a team yet. And then, of course, the Titans, they suck. They're playing Indy this week. Indy should crush them. Indy at home. And then we got the Colts. And that's the first of 2 to try to see if we can win the division. I got money on you, man. Better fucking win the division. I'm only kidding. I only put, what did I put, $100? Yeah, so I know not a big spender. Like some of you out there, there you go. Dale, it does fit. No doubt about it. Let's see. Real quick, NFL picks from a week ago. I went 9-5. Not too bad. I scored 74 points in the confidence picks. I did send my picks over today. Of course, I lost the Jags. Damn it. Terrible. They got worked. So worked. I lost. Philly beat Minnesota. Indy I had the Chargers. Indy smoked the Chargers. Woo. And then I had Atlanta. San Fran won that one. I had Tampa and Detroit, man, on fire. No doubt about that. I sent my picks in, so you have to wait for the picks on that regard. But nonetheless, we're going to get into the Jaguars rankings, where they're at the bye week. Brought to you by my good friends at Team Tommy Mac. Check them all out, please, at TommyMac.net. You'll see them on my social media. I tag their handles, especially on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you click on them. You'll see them when we put it up on the YouTube channel. They are absolutely fantastic. Always there for you when needed. I'll only highlight a few. Of course, Saltair Inn and Suites, a great boutique hotel in Atlantic Beach. Check them out. Visit saltair.com. They're absolutely fantastic. Azar Sausage. They're now in Winn-Dixie. They're now in Native Son. It's the best. In a favorite dish or in a bun, they are the one. No doubt about that. Rick O'Connor's Allstate Agency. Check him out. He's in 3 different locations, St. Augustine, St. John's, and in Jacksonville. He does a great job. And, of course, Freedom Finance, my man Courtney Myers. Check him out at freedomfinance.llc. And he'll help you with all your fractional CFO needs. Of course, can't go without saying Chris Lucero with bail bonds. It gets you out quick. Who am I missing? Newmark Phoenix Realty Group, commercial real estate at its finest, phoenixrealty.net. Coconut Joe's, hot sauces are on our table. They should be on yours. Code Ninjas, 5 great locations for your kids. Get a leg up on technology. And the Baracus Group, handling all your security needs. All right, thank you, Team Tommy Mac. I appreciate every one of you. Check them all out at TommyMac.net. All right, let's get into some rankings, shall we? It's bye week. Right, so it's not halfway through the year yet, but getting up there, 7 games in. Here's our rankings. Okay, so what I did was, like, for quarterback, I just went to the list of QBs, went to the overall rating, and then where Trevor ended up. He ends up at 29th in the league right now at 80.6. Just back to what I was saying, shore up the consistency, shore up those throws, shore up the drops. You got something, okay? We can win with that. He's got to make sure he sees everything. He's missed a few all year. It's okay. Listen, I wasn't a QB, but that's why it's the hardest job in the league. That's why they get paid like they do. That's why they got to do it, or it just doesn't work. Anyway, too early to say that about Trev, but he's got to figure it out. He's got to get better if this team's going to make a run. I don't give a shit about all the other excuses or all the reasons why he's not better. I don't care. All I'm saying is he's got to get better if we're going to make a run. Okay, fair enough. So does everybody else. Running back, I went for yards per game and just impact, right? ETN's ranked 8th. Let's get back to the running game. Come on, that's your bread and butter. You don't have to prove nothing to us about. I always felt, you know what I felt like sometimes, like you, even with Doug, like you're trying to prove that Trevor's the guy. He's franchised. I don't care about that, and I don't think most people do. We just want to win, and that he can consistently help us win. I don't care if he, leads the league in yards. Yards are so overrated. Shit, most of those yards he got last week were garbage time. And we don't count those for other teams, so you're going to count that, you will, because it's your guy. But yards are so overrated, I could give two shits about yards. I could. I care about wins, clutch, comeback wins, obviously TD to interception ratio, completion percentage matters. That means how accurate you are and that kind of thing. So, nonetheless, let's get back to that running game and get it working. All right, wide receiver, it's disappointing. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. averaging 52 yards a game. Come on, Brian, I'm fucking sick and tired of defending your ass. I don't know what your problem is. Get it going. Get it going. Whatever's going on, focus on the game, focus on the throws, and help your quarterback out. And go have a conversation with him, both of you. You should all be conversing. How can we make it better? Express your opinion. Hey, man, I'm sick of this. Or, hey, man, I really like this. Or, hey, whatever. Figure it out. But that's despicable. Brian Thomas Jr., our highest ranking wide receiver, yards per game, is ranked 40. I lost track. My ADD got in the way. It was over 40. He's ranked 40th or higher. It's shitty. It's not good enough. Tight end, Brenton Strange, he's 42. He averages 40 yards a game, 41. We love Brenton. Obviously, he's been injured. Need to see him more. Need to see more opportunity. For sure. O-line, I went with how many sacks they've given up to start. They've given up 20. We know the last two's been 14. They were doing so good. And now they're 4th. They give up the 4th most sacks as an O-line right now. Some of that's on the QB. You're not getting rid of the ball. There are a few times in that. But they have not been good. Too many quarterback hits, 17 and 11, last 2 outings. Not good. Not good at all. Get back to that ass-beating run game, and then maybe you can help yourself. Yards per carry, ETN's at 5.3. It's like 47th. Did I get that right? I don't think I got that right. But they're look, they got to play better. The O-line's definitely got to be better. Defensive line, they use rush yards a game. They're 7th at 91. They're 5th, tied for 5th in per carry at 3.9. That's great. That's great. We need more of that. We need more shutting down the run, for sure. Let's see. D-line, O-line, sacks. We're sacks. We suck. We're tied for last place as a defense. Got 8 sacks on the year. Terrible. It's 8. I'm gonna call like I see it. It's absolutely terrible. Good against the run. Not good against the pass. You're ranked 27th in the league with giving up 245.7 yards a game. You're tied for 30th in the league, ranked for pass touchdowns allowed at 15. Not good. Your interceptions are good. You're 10 with ranked 2nd overall. The Bears have 11, I believe. No pressure, no picks. Simple as that. Simple as that. Going to be interesting how they play. That's another. I should have put Travis Hunter in there, but we all talk about him. Put him as a shutdown corner and then let him play offense. Simple. Don't put him out there to play zone. Wasting time, in my opinion. Get him up on the guy and let him cover him. Be like, take him. Go. You want to switch it up? Fine. I don't care. Just make sure he's the guy that just presses, takes him. He's got him. Now, you want to, have him pass off in the zone. I'm okay with that. But don't have him read and react. Have that guy dictate. He can handle it. He can. He's absolutely shown that he's a physical corner. Get him up on the line of scrimmage and play him as much as he can handle it, in my opinion, and keep him on offense because he's absolutely dynamic on offense. If he's hey, you draft him to be a two-way player, then fucking play him both ways as much as he can handle. I think he can handle a lot. All right, so that covered the defense. Special teams. Kickoff return, we're 15th in the league at 25.3 midway. Punt return, we're 8th at 13.2. Would have been even higher if not for that the punt return being called back, which, hey, it sucks. I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with the call, but calls happen, and that's part of the fate, I guess. Field goal percentage, we're tied second last. 71.4%. Cam, you better be practicing your motherfucking kicks all week long. Excuse my language, but someone tried to tell me, well, what did you do? I said, well, I didn't just tackle. You have to do a bunch of stuff. A kicker kicks. Make the kicks. Period. Snap hasn't been off. Holds are always good. Make the kicks. End of story. And then, of course, Logan Cook. He's phenomenal. He's 7th in the league with net punting average of 46.0. Travis Hunter's my X factor. I know we're not supposed to use him, but he is. And he should be utilized more. And, I like Liam Cohen. I do. I like his attitude. I like what he's doing. I don't care about everyone eats up the rah-rah and calling himself. First of all, what he should have said, I should have never went for it on 4th and 7, is what he should have said. And he should have said, I shouldn't have kicked the field goal try on 4th and 3. I should have flipped those. And look, 4th and 7, that's a long-ass way to go. I mean, it is. It is. So, that's I didn't like that. I didn't like that call at all. But nonetheless, look, it's okay if he wants to get in front of the team and hold the accountability factor. I don't blame him. It's a good way to go. As a former player, I don't need that. I know what's wrong. I mean, although players know what's wrong, they got to be better. And the guys, the holdovers. It's funny. I put on Twitter about last year we blamed the coaches. This year, who we blame? Because it's the same shit. That's the same missed assignments, same getting beat, drops, bad quarterback play or average quarterback. It's the same stuff, right? Oh, but they overhauled the roster. Not the main guys they didn't. Not the main guys they didn't. Where's Josh Hines-Allen this year? I'm not saying he's having a bad year, but he ain't sacking a QB like he's paid to do, right? Where's Wingard? I mean, where's Dewey, man? Like you're getting beat too much. That's not like you. You got to be better than that. Our O-line. And it's not just Walker Little, but Anton's had troubles. Walker, Ezra, McCary. I mean, they all have had issues. Hainsey, they all have had issues and protected our quarterback. How about Eric Armstead? 3.5 sacks, but he disappears. He does. He doesn't. You don't see him dominating the line of scrimmage, at least for a little bit. He could. I think he could, but maybe he can't. Receivers, we all know. We're Brian Thomas, you're having a shitty year. You are. I don't care. Listen, you got to catch these rocks. And the quarterback, and if you don't like where the quarterback puts the ball, then go fucking tell him to give me a better throw. Get in his ass and see if that changes things. I don't know. But there's just too many. The kicker, you're supposed to be one of the best, Mr. 70-yarder. Oh, look at me, I can kick a 70-yarder in a game that don't mean shit. Wow, that's so impressive. No, it's not. Especially when now we know the balls they're not altered, but you get to, it's not right out of the box like it used to be, a hard-ass, brand-new ball. No, you get to work them all week. So that's why you're booming them, and I don't care anyway. You're never going to hit a 70-yarder in an actual game. I don't think. Maybe you can. Not that you can, just the trajectory so far, and you block that shit, I don't know. Really risky to take it from the 30, at least unless the game's on the line, and that's all you got. But where is it? Where are these players that we're expecting? Trevor Lawrence, I don't know the answer, okay? And I know he works hard during the day. They all do. I'm sure they do. If they didn't, they wouldn't be there. But as a QB, you got to do way more than that. You do. Go watch that documentary, Quarterback. Go watch how much extra shit Mahomes does physically. Working on his craft, working on his speed, working on everything. Does our QB do that? I don't know. I do know that he goes back to his bad habits too many times. Flat-footed, not stepping into the throw, but tell him to rush. Quarterbacks know how to slide and find the lane. There's lanes in that protection. Not always, right? Guys get their hands up, and you got to slide and find that lane. The point is, you're lucky to be 4-3. But it's great because you're 4-3. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So hopefully we can keep that going. You got to beat the Raiders. Now, I'm going to be out there next week. I'm not staying for the game. We were thinking about flying my wife out. We're going there Wednesday to Saturday. I'm just not going to make it to the game. But we are doing a party at the Circa Resort and Casino. It's a phenomenal place to stay. Friday night's the party. It's going to be rocking. Hope all you Jag fans that stay there and don't stay there, just come to the party because it's going to be great. Right out there on the deck of the stadium deck, this pool is absolutely insane. We'll be doing our live show with the Cabana on Friday. But come on out if you're out there and let's have some fun in Vegas. No doubt about that. All right, enjoy the Jaguars programming. I'm sorry I'll miss you. I'm going to take my wife out to lunch. I've been doing honeydews. You see my garage. I'm almost done with it. I'm turning it into a gym. Getting the heavy bag back. I got to do something, man. I'm sick and tired of being in discomfort. I'm still going to do my weights, but just lighter. And, I went for a run yesterday, and, it felt fine, but too much pain the day after. I got to come up with something. I used to hit the bag a lot. It's great cardio, great for your hand speed, and great for, just balance and everything, and good for your brain. They say, I was reading not too long ago, was it Alzheimer's? They're using the early stage where they can still function, motor skills. They're using the, jab, cross, hook, the 1, the 2, the 3, for memory and all that. It's just good. So I like doing it. But it's been a fun few days. We're going to have a good day today. Going to go to lunch and hang out with some friends later. Hope you all have a great, great weekend. And thanks so much for the support and love on catching up with Tommy Mack on 1010XL with Helmets and Heels and Jaguars today. I love being a part of that family and the Horse's Mouth as well. I can't thank y'all enough. And I got more content coming your way. I do. I've been thinking about how to present it, and we'll see how that goes. But it'll be fun. It'll always be fun one way or the other. All right, that'll do it for me. Y'all have a great day. Peace and love out there. Hug the ones you love and tell them you love them because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Peace and love. Hey, Tom McManus here with the Catching Up with Tommy Mack podcast on the 1010XL podcast platform. Catch it on the 1010XL app. Catch it on 1010XL.com. You can also catch it on the 1010XL Jaguars channel on YouTube. Hey, man, it's always straight from the heart, straight from the gut, all ball, all Jags, all NFL coming your way each and every week, twice a week on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. We'll see you there.